guaranteed invocation gear, and this is from an article on Reddit. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. This is from Peter Parker, and I believe I've actually seen some posts and videos from this individual before as well, so very much appreciated. Thank you for helping out the community whenever possible. So what you see here is a whole bunch of legendary items. So how do you get these mystery legendary items? Well, these are acquired through things like events and so forth. Whenever you see that mystery item, it gets put into your inventory. Now, these have been talked about before because they're fairly unique in regards to how they work. You can actually change classes and then claim them, and when you claim the item, that's when it appears to be rolled or have its stats and its essence and so forth determined, meaning that you can change classes and have it follow you to the new class. This is a tip that I actually recommended if you're interested in playing Shadow Knight. You can save a whole bunch of these and then acquire some essences right off the bat when you switch. Or you could do something like this. What this is doing here is they're actually inside of Purge the Depths, because when you're inside of Purge the Depths or the castle defense or anything like that, and most likely just the castle in general as far as I know, however, to be safe, I would actually go into one of the two events. There's a guaranteed chance that you'll get an invocation or an ancestral property item. Same type of thing occurs if you're inside of the Accursed Tower. You'll be getting a Cursed Gear property. And this has been a change that went into place when the Accursed Towers went out, in a way to kind of separate the things and have separate locations for them to drop. You can still get both types of drops in, say, the open world, since it's not specific to either the Cursed Gear or Ancestral Invocation type gear. However, there's a really, really low chance. In fact, the last time I saw percentages on this being calculated, it was about a 3% chance to get an Invocation gear in the open world. I don't have updated data on that. This was from a few weeks ago, but I imagine it's still fairly close to that number. So he's going to go ahead and ID all these. It is fast forwarded. So he's going to identify all these, and he's going to go out, salvage, and then go to the identifier and see what each of these items are. See with the fast forward, it's very quick and efficient. Again, appreciated. He's going to salvage at the blacksmith, ID, and you'll see some exceptionals, which is great. And then we get back into the inventory. We can take a look. Now, we know right off of the bat, just from this icon here, that these are all ancestral powers, because this is the ancestral power icon, just like Cursed Gear has its own icon that appears here. So we can just simply at a glance see that, but he will go ahead and scroll through, and you can see that they have both the ancestral power and the invocation on each of these. As we get down into the armors, they're going to just have the invocation, since you can't actually put those in the tableau for your warband. Again, great tip. This is a huge benefit to anybody that's saving onto these items. Number of things you could do with this. You could obviously save them and use them at key points to kind of unlock invocation gear, or potentially have some well-rolled invocation gears at new thresholds, save them for Shadow Knight, and so forth. So very good option here. All right, while we're talking about general news, so to speak, I've also got some more information from Datamine ARPG, and this is a post that just went up this morning. This is in reference to Bale and Tyrael's reappearance in Diablo Immortal, and it appears that this is going to be part of the new zone, Ancient's Cradle, and this is most likely going to be tied to the main quest that we'll pass through. So you get to see a picture of them both, as well as appears to be the title of the section of the main quest as it goes, and you can kind of read his thoughts as well. And one thing I forgot to point out the other day, if you're following him on Coffee, you can actually pull myself out of the way there so you can see. You can actually see all of his latest posts and kind of keep track of things or review anything that you may not have seen the first time it came up. As always, thank you very much, Datamine ARPG, and huge thanks to Peter Parker as well for sharing that in the Reddit community. I'll leave links to both in the description below. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and have a great day.